So Jimmy Dore, who hosts his own show on YouTube, the Jimmy Dore Show, he's of course
Very fiery.
yeah, he's very fiery, but he has his own feelings about the impeachment inquiry, and it doesn't seem as though he believes that it's warranted. So as you're gonna see, Jimmy Dore communicates in this clip that President Trump's his true motivations were to seek out corruption. His true motivation was to find out who exactly hacked the DNC.
You leave out all the CrowdStrike stuff and the fact that Trump actually wanted to get to the bottom of who actually hacked the DNC server. That's really what he was asking. And if Trump thought Russia did it, if they did it, he would know, right? So why would Trump be asking the Ukraine to investigate it? That just shows you again, Russiagate is bullshit, because if it really was true, Trump would know it was true. And why would he bother asking someone else to investigate?
Yo, I'm still trying to make sense of that. I'm really still trying to make sense of that. Okay. We'll say this again. If Trump had legitimate suspicions about anything that went on, he is well within his rights to request an investigation be opened, or some sort of inquiry, or something on a small scale. He is well within his rights to do that, but only if he does it in the right way, right? Like, I don't even think, I can't even, if there was actually something that was there that was legitimate, and I'm like, hey, that something don't look right here, I think, maybe you should look into it. And if there was actually something legitimate and Trump actually thought that there was some legitimacy to these conspiracy theories, there's a way he can go about, opening up inquiries to those things, instead of trying to set up an entire back channel, instead of trying to withhold aid. Like, there's so many different ways he could have gone, mainly through his own Department of Justice, mainly through the House. And they would have opened up an investigation, because they did have control in 2017 and 2018. Now they got voted out in 2018, but they still had the power to open up an investigation.
Of course.
They did. They could have. People might have been mad, but I think they would have been well within their rights, even if it is just a conspiracy theory. That actually could have happened. But Trump went and tried to smear, or he did end up smearing Yovanovitch, trying to force her out, somebody that, interestingly enough, was actually fighting corruption. Like, I wonder if, like, Jimmy puts those two pieces together. Like, Jimmy doesn't make that consideration when he floats this idea that it was Trump who was trying to fight corruption, but for some reason he wasn't on the side of a diplomat that was actually fighting corruption. That was Yovanovitch, right? I mean, and again,
Yeah.
she got so many awards and accommodations for her work. So why does Donald Trump employ his personal lawyer along with, to me, he's employing not just Rudy Giuliani, but Lev Parnas and Igor Fruman too. To me, that's what's going on here. Why employ? You can't separate those two. You can't separate those individuals. So why employ those individuals to go after somebody who's actually fighting corruption in the country of corruption is your concern? And if trying to legitimately seek some sort of, I guess, reconciliation for 2016, why not go about it the right way? Does Jimmy Dore ask himself that? Why would somebody go about something the wrong way? Why would an individual, Donald Trump, why would he go about it in a way that indicates some sort of illegal scheme or some underhanded scheme or irregular back channel type shit? Like, why would he go about it like that?
I didn't know that Jimmy Dore played offensive line for Team Trump. I didn't know that. I didn't know he did all the protecting, the hand movement, the blocking, the pushing, the shoving.
I didn't
know
he's the offensive line. He's the fullback.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's everything.
He's blocking all of it.
He's
To make the point that Jimmy Dore made, you would have to believe that Trump is an honest actor. He said that Dore said that why would Trump bring up Ukraine? Why would Trump bring up Ukraine to Zelensky as if he didn't know who was responsible for the DNC hack? See, he didn't know. He didn't know who was responsible for it. See, it doesn't matter that the intelligence community had said that, yes, it's Russia, and everybody, all the information is pointing directly to Russia. There's actually proof. That's what we hear. Now, Trump would be the one that's in position to see all this evidence.
Again, this regardless of whether we think it's true or not.
Yeah,
This
it has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
But Trump is definitely in position. He's definitely capable of witness or seeing all of this information.
He has access
Yes.
to that information.
Now, but here's Jimmy Dore running interference and saying that, well, see, Trump didn't believe it. See, he honestly did not believe it. He honestly believed that Ukraine might have something to do with it. So his request to Ukraine was appropriate and it was legitimate. He just didn't know. He was just trying to seek out corruption. He was just trying to find the DNC server, even though it doesn't exist. This is doing the most. This is another lazy argument. This time by somebody that claims that he is progressive, claims that he informs his followers. Does the best job to break down stories and arrive at the truth. We know who Jimmy Dore is. We know that he always gets pretty animated, pretty loud, when he's commentating. Former comedian, or no, not former. He's a present comedian. But
now his takes are a joke.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous to. Again, the only way this makes sense is if you believe that Donald Trump is an honest actor. Why would Jimmy Dore believe that Trump's motivations are actually honest when he's engaging with Ukraine to help his re-election bid? We know that was the purpose here. We know that was the real motivation because, again, there is no server to get. The FBI never requested any more information from the DNC. And if this was an appropriate process, a legitimate process, like you have made the case many times before, including today, there was an appropriate channel to go through, but he didn't take those steps. So why is Jimmy Dore giving credence to this bullshit then?
I don't know the answer to that. And I'm not going to, speculate because that would be irresponsible. But whatever the answer is, it's not good. I promise you that. I promise you it's not a good answer. I promise you this is a bad faith argument and he's a bad faith actor in this situation. I don't know why, but whatever the reason, I promise you it's not kosher. It's not good. But look at the logic behind asking Ukraine to do the investigation when Donald Trump, as well as Republicans, have floated Ukraine as being so damn corrupt. Think about that. Hey, I need you to investigate yourself.
We know you're corrupt.
We know you're corrupt.
But find the corruption
for us. We think you're one of the most corrupt nations in the world. And that's why I withheld the aid. And that's why we were just kind of pressed. We felt pressed to give you the aid. And that's why Donald Trump held the aid, as the Republicans say, because they're the most corrupt. But they want one of the most corrupt nations to do an investigation.
And then they didn't do the investigation and release the aid anyway.